Wow. Okay. Yeah, I said I'd wait for all of you, but I'm itching to talk. I think what I've just experienced in the first 15 minutes of this session is just wonder. You know, I think it just shows the potential of every one of us. You've learned a lot, and you know, I once watched a video. It's called a TED Talk. You must go onto YouTube and go and Google TED Talk, T-E-D Talk. Did you? The Art of Vulnerability.
Not that one.
It's a lady by the name of Renee Brown, I think her name is. And they talk about vulnerability. When you're vulnerable, and all of you took a little while to pluck up the courage to come up here and say a few words and express yourself and just express thanks. It's such an easy thing to do. But you were vulnerable initially, and then you came up here and you spoke about being vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable here. I'm laying it out. You know, every time I talk in front of staff, I'm actually being vulnerable because I don't have a script in front of me. I'm not sure what I'm going to say, but I'm talking from the heart. I'm talking about what we as a business need to achieve. And we always say that it's up to the individual to lift themselves up, because you have more knowledge about yourself than anyone else in the room or in the business. You can make a difference, okay? Each one of you can make a difference to your environment, wherever it may be, okay? And that difference, eventually, it does take time, will get recognized. You have to fight for your space. You have to fight that you can add value. Just as you said 20 million, I'd like to know where you guys saved us 20 million. That's fantastic, okay? That's what we're all about. It's a company. Why is it called a company? It's a company of people. It's a collective. We all come together, and we've got to create this chain where we all work together as leaders, as subordinates, but as people. We come together to make a company work properly. We need to understand our positions in the company. We need to understand our roles. We need to understand what's expected of one another. We as leaders need to express ourselves to the other elements of the chain and the people of what we expect from them. Because without that communication, we're never going to get it right. And then when you listen to an instruction or you build an opinion of what your role should be and how you can change it, you develop ways and you think about improvements. You as a leader or as a person or whatever, you think of ways of improving the business. Because if you do things every single day, you say, well, can I not do it this way to improve it? And that's when things improve and the business flourishes. And if we collectively can come together with people like yourselves, having been exposed to different thought processes, different views, being enriched by others, we collectively will be much stronger in the future. Today, we're a good company. We're struggling, absolutely, but it all depends on all of us to come together a little bit stronger, bringing other thoughts to bear every single day. And leaders make that happen, don't they? They create thoughts, differences, you know. So when we started talking about Project Matrix, you've all heard about Project Matrix, okay? Why did we come up with that thought, that idea, that vision? It's because we wanted a new plan. We want not to be struggling in this economy. We want to take the lead. We want to control our destiny. And just by you being here in this course, you're actually controlling your own destiny. Get it right. And through that, you will help control where Macsteel ends up being, and ends up being, a successful business. I heard about courage. What was the other word you used?
Resilience.
Resilience. Now, I had some friends come visit us from the UK about a month ago. They haven't been to South Africa for a long, long time. And they came in and we were having load shedding. Okay? And we talk about load shedding, we get all bogged down and we moan about Eskom and all that stuff. And we spoke about, we just get on with it, and when they left 2 days later, I said, well, what's your takeaway? What did you discover by interacting with South Africans? They just weren't interacting with us, they were interacting with others. They said, you South Africans are remarkably resilient, which is exactly what that word is. We get it. We just take the hardships and we push forward because we don't have many choices, okay? And because we're so resilient, we will succeed because we don't get bogged down and we don't moan about the past. Let's move forward. The only thing in our control is how the future impacts us. We can control it in some form or fashion. It might take a little longer. It might take a short period of time, okay, depending on where you are in your life stage, okay? But it's all about courage, resilience. And I'd like to add one more word, is vulnerability, okay? Because as leaders, throughout that process, if you're vulnerable, you can step up and say your piece and have an opinion. And if you have an opinion, people will listen. If your opinion needs to be changed, we'll argue, we'll debate, okay? But at least you have an opinion. And an opinion will help us develop an improved process or an improved environment or whatever the case may be. You need to have a view about what you do in life. You need to have an opinion. And for you to express your opinion, you need to be vulnerable, and through that you become a leader. Because when people say, well, yes, his views are good. He's thought through the problem. He has a good opinion, generally, and you learn from your mistakes, okay? Because you're prepared to learn because you're being vulnerable. You're like a sponge, you're just learning, okay? And you're never too young or too old to learn, okay? You're never too old. Because your next step is a learning process in life, okay? And we talk about salary adjustments and back pocket stuff and all those hardships and those difficulties that we always have to debate with each other. It's up to you to improve your lot in life, okay? If you don't lift yourself up, no one else is going to. You're in control of your destiny. Yes, you've got to fight for your space and you've got to understand why a company behaves the way it does. And if a company misbehaves or its communication is poor, hold us accountable, okay? Just as we're going to hold you accountable. And as leaders, you've got to be held accountable. You need to be prepared to be held accountable. Again, being vulnerable, okay? And courageous. Understand your role in the business, and as leaders, you'll flourish. Okay, so I'll listen to the rest of you now, but I just wanted to jump in and talk to you and give you those thoughts. Okay, I think it's fantastic. The little bit I've heard so far, it's remarkable, and keep going. Really keep going, and well done. Congratulations. Okay.